French police rule out foul play in Mthethwa's death. So what really happened? Security beefed up on Cape Town's N2 hell run after violent attacks on motorists. And the long reach of the Israel-Palestine war, Manchester's synagogue attack leaves 2 dead as Gaza Aid Flotilla activists, including South Africans, are detained. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
So, confirmed, no foul play in the death of South Africa's ambassador to France, Mthethwa, according to the French police. The 58-year-old was found dead in a Paris hotel on Monday. His family confirmed to EWN that officials reviewed CCTV footage showing he was alone at the time of his death.
Family spokesperson Sfiso Buthelezi, who is currently in Paris finalizing the process of having the ambassador's body repatriated, says investigations to date are revealing that the ambassador could have taken his own life. He says French authorities found the 58-year-old in his hotel room with his bed made on Tuesday with a pair of scissors inside his room. Buthelezi says a message left by Mthethwa to his wife does suggest that he was going to take his own life. He says, however, authorities have not completely ruled out foul play as investigations continue. Buthelezi says today the family will be having a call with the mayor's office in Paris to be able to go and collect the death certificate. He says the late ambassador's body is currently at a government mortuary as authorities finalize autopsy findings. Buthelezi says authorities believe they will be finally able to hand over Mthethwa's body by next week. Thandul Ngcobo, Eyewitness News.
Mthethwa has been remembered at his homestead in Kwambanambi in KZN. President Cyril Ramaphosa has called on Israel to release South Africans and other nationals abducted, saying the interception in international waters is a violation of international law.
The interception of the global Flotilla is another grave offense by Israel of global solidarity and sentiment that is aimed at relieving suffering in Gaza and advancing peace in the region.
A South African who was on the global Flotilla says not all of the boats sailing across the Mediterranean Sea to carry aid to Gaza were intercepted by Israeli forces. News broke last night that the flotilla, which consists of about 50 boats, had been intercepted by Israeli forces as they approached Gaza with aid and supplies. 10 South Africans are among the group, including Mantla Mandela, Nelson Mandela's grandson.
Gift of the Givers chairman and founder Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman says the Israeli Navy's interception of boats on the global Flotilla was expected.
Were they going to say, please welcome to the port of Gaza, bring your aid and your people, because we are a very merciful people? Was that expected from the most inhumane state in the world?
Suleiman has called on the United Nations to send troops to Israel.
We create safe havens and make sure that not a single bullet or a bomb comes from Israel again, to allow people to heal, to be safe, to eat, and to be treated justly and fairly.
Carlo Peterson, Eyewitness News.
In the UK, 2 people have been killed and several injured in a vehicle ramming and stabbing outside a Manchester synagogue on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. Police shot the suspected attacker, who is believed dead, but bomb squads were called out after suspicious items were found on him. Worshippers at the Heaton Park Hebrew congregation were kept inside during the attack, but later evacuated. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has cut short a trip to lead an emergency Cobra meeting as leaders condemned the assault and Jewish community fears mount. The ANC says it cannot associate itself with characters like Northwest businessman Brian Mthethwa. The party has been given feedback on the outcomes of the National Working Committee meeting. During the testimony of Crime Intelligence boss General Dumisani Khumalo at the Madlanga Commission, Mthethwa has been accused of siphoning money from the likes of dodgy businessman Vusimuzi Katmatlala in the name of the ANC.
ANC can't associate itself with such bad behavior. Siphoning money in the reports and all of that, involved in this and that, illegal missions and all of that. ANC can't pride itself of such people if they are its members. and they will face the full wrath of the ANC.
Security has been beefed up on Cape Town's notorious N2 Hell Run after a spate of violent attacks on motorists. In July, a couple was targeted when a concrete block struck their car near Borchards Quarry, leaving a woman injured. From today, 44 additional Metro Police law enforcement and traffic officials will patrol the stretch near the airport. The city says it receives around 500 incident reports a month, from stranded motorists to pedestrians hit on the highway.
Today the city is investing and deploying 40 additional staff. In fact, it's just over 40, I believe it's 44. 44 additional staff to work this stretch of highway and the airport approach and exits every day and every night.
Gun-Free South Africa says law enforcement needs to do more in tracing the origin of illegal guns. Over the past 3 months, 9 AK-47 assault rifles were found and confiscated in Cape Town. In August, 2 were found in Gugulethu, 6 in Bellville last month, and 1 was found in Manenberg yesterday. The organisation says better stockpile management needs to be implemented so that security companies and the police force can avoid losing guns.
The solution really is not just taking the guns out. The solution is finding out where the leaks are and preventing. Because if you just collect them and the next day you collect them, there are reports of collection every day. We are worried that where is the leakage?
Advocate Terry Mthethwa has clarified that his decision to step aside as chief evidence leader of the Madlanga Commission was over budget concerns. Mthethwa says the budget of 147 million rand allocated to the commission by the Department of Justice is simply not enough. The commission was established by President Cyril Ramaphosa to probe allegations that the criminal justice system in Gauteng has been infiltrated by criminal syndicates in cahoots with politicians and senior cops. Mthethwa specified that his decision to walk away boiled down to issues of uncertainty around the allocation of the budget.
To be able to perform a task of this nature, once government says they have given you a budget of 147 million, it's not a lot of money for a task such as this one.
Russia says it's been given the cold shoulder by Western nations at the G20 Speaker Summit in Claremont. Deputy Speaker Konstantin Kosachev admits to constructive talks on the sidelines, but criticised the UK, Germany and Italy for using their opening statements to blame the Ukraine war for weakening multilateralism.
We, the Russian delegation, have here so many bilateral meetings, but not with the Western countries, where we do have certain tensions. We are here to talk to each other.
His remarks come after the European Union sent €4 billion in frozen Russian assets to Ukraine. In Indonesia, rescuers say there are no signs of life under the wreckage of a collapsed school where 59 people are still missing. 13 have been freed from the debris since rescue efforts began this week. Hundreds of students were inside the 2-story boarding school when it collapsed on Monday. At least 5 students were killed and about 100 injured. Jane Dutton, the world-renowned primatologist who transformed our understanding of chimpanzees and became one of the planet's greatest conservation voices, has died at the age of 91. Her institute says she passed away peacefully in Los Angeles while on tour. Goodall's groundbreaking work in Tanzania revealed that chimpanzees use tools, wage wars and show deep emotions, discoveries that reshaped science and inspired generations.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.